Hi, Leander. It's such an honor to have this conversation with you, truly. Thank you so much for your time.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah. So we'll quickly start. So the entire world is waiting to see what went wrong between these two iconic tennis legends. And I think Breakpoint is going to answer that very smartly, I guess. So would you like to tell us that how difficult or easy was it for you to tell your story to the world?
You know, I think it was very courageous to tell this story true to its life, you know, and I think it is very important to tell the story on how two young Indian boys became champions, you know, and in that, on how there was no manual to teach us how to win Wimbledon, but yet we were able to. And also, not just telling how champions are made, Nivedita, but also depicting how champions are vulnerable, because we're all human beings. And what I respect about Mahesh and the whole Earth Sky team with Ashwini Iyer Tiwari and Nitish Tiwari and Piyush and Z5 for giving us this opportunity and believing in our story is that they allowed us to tell it real, truthfully. They were not scared about the pitfalls or about telling the mistakes that we also made. We have not sugarcoated this, or we have not put candy floss around this. We have really told our story very real. And to me, that's what makes Breakpoint really beautiful.
Sure. And you know, Leander, every story has two sides, right? And though you both have had your reasons of breaking up, do you feel that probably after watching this series, people will start taking sides and will probably tag one of you as the reason behind this separation?
You know, that's the beauty of the way that Ashwini and Nitish Tiwari have told this story. It's not about Leander being right and Mahesh being wrong. It's not about Mahesh being right and Leander being wrong. We've not taken any actors in this. If you see, we've all played our own roles and we've given different perspectives to many different stories in these episodes. So in that, we were both right in certain ways, we were both wrong in certain ways. And that is the beauty of when you tell a story true, you're willing to accept the responsibility of what we both have done. But what is unique is not about how we broke up. What is unique is not about how we fell. What is unique is not how we failed. We have failed many times. But what's unique is how we won.
Absolutely.
What is unique? How is that brotherhood stood the test of time? We've seen each other in the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. And we're still here telling you our story. That is unique.
Absolutely. That's so rightly said. And you know, now that you both have relived all those memories together through Breakpoint, right? So was there ever a moment when you probably realized that you guys could have done things differently and this was not needed probably? Was there ever a moment?
No, I mean, you got to know our journey to really ask that question. And the fact that, think about it this way, there's no other people who have won Wimbledon as a team. So we are India's first Grand Slam winning team. We're also the first team to win Wimbledon from India. Also today we hold the world record of 24 undefeated Davis Cup matches in a row. So it's your perspective. It's how you ask the question, is how you look at it. So
if you don't mind, if you can take us through the initial years, was there ever a time when you were skeptical about this particular project? Like you said that it was not just about your good, beautiful memories. It was also about your downfalls, right? So was there ever a time when you were not sure about this project and you wanted to not continue this?
No, we waited 20 years. We've been getting offers for doing a feature film on Leander and Mahesh for 20 years. And we kept on saying no to it because it wasn't right. But right now, when about 18 months ago, 20 months ago to be exact, when collective artists came to us with Vijay Subramaniam and Ashu Naik, and they said, you know, guys, we think it's a great story to tell. How do you want to tell it? I'm really grateful to those two men because they brought us together. They did the whole business behind it and were pillars of this whole project. And then they brought Ashwini and Nitish Tiwari to us. Then we went to the platform at Z5. So the whole teamwork behind Breakpoint has been magical. And I simply bow my head on both Mahesh and my behalf and say thank you to everyone at BREAKPOINT, including the people behind the scenes who don't get to be on camera with you. I like to say thank you to those guys because they are what BREAKPOINT have become. They have put their sweat and blood into it. And I'm sure all the fans around the world and everybody who watches this docuseries of BREAKPOINT are going to be inspired because of the hard work of the whole unit. We became one big family and we worked really hard for 18 months through a pandemic, through a global lockdown. We went out there and we were brave enough to live in a bubble and not let anybody from the outside in and not let anybody from the inside out. And we worked for you guys to give you what we think is a work of passion, a true story of how we became world champions and how we dealt with life. And I think the fans are going to love it.
I'm sure. So would you like to talk about the most challenging and the most beautiful part of shooting this particular project?
There are so many to tell you about, but I think when you watch the docuseries, you'll see how magical it is.
Okay, last question for sure. Do you guys miss the good old times together?
No, we have the current times, which are great too.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Leander. It was a pleasure talking to you.